Hello, students, and welcome to the Pennsylvania Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. We are really excited to have everyone here, and we have some great institutions. Just so you know, parents and students, your camera and microphone are turned off so no one can see or hear you. You can ask questions at any time using the Q&A button. Please sign up for more sessions. This is just one of the many available, and a recording will also be available at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. So without further ado, we are going to begin with Emmanuel College.
Great, let me share my screen and we can get started. Awesome. So hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. My name is Olivia. I'm an Assistant Director of Admissions at Emmanuel. Been there for a few years now. Just going to go over a few things about academics and student life quickly, and I'll put my contact information in the chat at the end. So Emmanuel is a small Catholic liberal arts college. We have about 1,800 undergrad students, and we are right in Boston. So we're about a 10-minute walk from Fenway Park, and then Longwood Medical area is right behind us. So Boston Children's is back there, Beth Israel, Brigham and Women, some of the best hospitals in the whole country. We're in a really nice part of the city for students with us who may not be as familiar. Boston is really walkable. It's easy to get around. We have 3 T stops, so 3 subway stops near campus on the Green Line, which will take you pretty much wherever you have to go. It's definitely just a great city to be a college student. Obviously, there's always stuff happening on campus, but off campus as well. There's all kinds of different activities to do. We have the Museum of Fine Arts really close to us, as well as Stewart Gardner Museum, all kinds of different things geared towards college students. So like I said, we have about 1,800 undergrad students. We have 16 Division III sports teams. We have 70 different major minor programs. And those programs are split up into these 5 different academic schools. So we have our School of Business Management, Education, Humanities, and Social Sciences. We have our School of Nursing, and then Science and Health. Our students are really involved. The biggest involvement is definitely community service. Our students usually do about 50,000 hours a year of community service, and about 80% of the students will participate in that. We've had 14 Fulbright recipients since 2011. Students are involved in research and things like that. We also have 4 years of housing available on campus. That's definitely something that makes us stand out, especially in Boston. Most of our students will live on campus all 4 years. About 85% of our total population is on campus. We look and feel like a very traditional college. We have a big quad, lots of green space, like I said, all the housing, but then you get all the benefits of being right in the city. Here are all of our major minor programs. You can find all of this on our website, of course, too. Anything with an asterisk is a minor or a certificate. Everything else is a major program. You could do a double major, major minor, 2 minors, kind of whatever you're interested in. Our students will all get assigned an academic advisor starting freshman year to help you, come up with a 4-year plan, pick your classes, all that good stuff. Students have until their second semester sophomore year to declare their major, so plenty of time to explore, figure things out. We do have, gen ed courses that are required, so it really does give you time to, figure out what you're really interested in and try different things out. All of our students will complete at least 1 internship before they graduate. A little bit more than half of our students will do more than 1. Being right in the city, it definitely makes it really easy to get those internships done. There's so many opportunities right in our backyard for students to take advantage of, whether it's Fortune 500 companies or nonprofits or the government sector, healthcare. There's all kinds of different things to get involved in, and our students definitely do. You can see, a selection on the side here of employers, and then some grad schools that our students move on after graduation. You can just see the stats up here, for employment rate, grad school placement rate, which are both high. Everyone will get assigned a career advisor. And all of our first-year students will take a course that goes over cover letters, resumes, interview prep, all that good stuff. Make sure everyone feels prepared to go out and start looking for those internships and for, everything that comes after. talking about student life a little bit, like I said, we have 16 Division III sports, which you guys can see right here on the screen. We also have intramural sports, and we have club sports. We have dance, we have field hockey, intramural. There's sailing, all kinds of different stuff. Some of these are with the colleges of the Fenway, which I'll talk about very quickly. So it's 5 schools all in the Fenway neighborhood of Boston. So it's Emmanuel, Simmons, Wentworth Institute of Technology, Mass College of Art and Design, and Mass College of Pharmacy. You can cross-register courses between the schools. Like I said, we do intramurals together. We also do clubs and activities together. We have a lot to pick from, obviously, on our campus. We have over 100, but you can be a part of the clubs and activities at those other schools as well. Like I said, community service is huge, so our students really do get involved in that a lot. Definitely get involved no matter where you end up going. That's kind of my biggest advice. And then here are just our requirements to apply. Pretty straightforward. We're on the Common App. It's free to apply, so don't have to worry about waivers. It's free for everyone. We'll get your application essay. We'll get your transcripts from any high school you've attended. So if you've transferred at all, we'll see those grades. We need 2 letters of recommendation, one from a guidance counselor, one from an academic teacher. If you have someone else in your life, a coach or mentor or someone, they can definitely submit one as well. We are test optional except for the nursing program. Nursing is direct entry as well, so you apply right to nursing, and we do need test scores for that. Interviews recommended, but not required. You can find those on our website. And then just our deadlines here. If anyone is interested in nursing, definitely apply early. For everyone else, I recommend it too, but definitely take your time if needed. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'll drop my contact information in the chat after, but thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks, Olivia. Up next, we have Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Brandon with PIA, the Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics. Right off the bat, what I want to do is show you a view into our campus. Simply stated, what we do at PIA is prepare and educate students into graduates for careers in aviation, aerospace, and beyond technologies. At PIA, what makes our program so unique is, as you can see right here, and I'll continue to show you, our students get to live out the lessons they learn by working on actual aircraft, planes, jets, helicopters in our on-campus hangar. We feel this properly prepares them for the industry, but also has them thrive in our program. So many times students that weren't even sure what their next step after high school would be, find a hands-on educational approach like we take at PIA and become absolute superstars in our program. I should mention you don't need any mechanical experience to enter our program. We can take care of all that. I'm looking for passionate, excited people who are interested in perhaps this being their classroom, our hangar, where they can not only get the fundamentals of these industry, but really have practical firsthand experience before even entering the workforce. That's why our graduates go on to work for commercial airlines like Boeing, American, Delta, Southwest, aerospace organizations like NASA, SpaceX, Astra Aerospace, for medical transports like Stat Medevac, cargo. There are so many different avenues of aeronautics to explore with the training that we provide, even beyond technologies, working on roller coasters for Disney, locomotives, medical equipment in hospitals, robotic surgical arms, anything of that nature. And one of the reasons our students get these amazing career opportunities is we are ranked Forbes #1 two-year trade school based off a plethora of different factors that came into this ranking. So that's something that really allows our students to get the foot in the door, and why it's not uncommon for our students approaching graduation to have multiple job offers before even finishing our program. So what we are not, nothing at all wrong with a four-year school. I encourage you to explore all your options. But at our school, you will not find large lecture halls. You'll find more small class sizes, like I said, with students working in small groups, which really simulates the industry and the necessary experience of teamwork that goes along with it, which we build right into our programs right off the bat. We are the Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics, but in the 2000s, we began to branch out. So I actually have branch campuses in Hagerstown, Maryland, Youngstown, Ohio, and Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I'll fill you in on the details of some of them in just a moment, but I'd love to share with you
From
our
the
history.
beginning, the aviation industry has been built on the cornerstones of dreaming, believing, and achieving, with the first flight of the Wright brothers in 1903. And it wasn't long after that faithful first flight that PIA began training aviation technicians. Founded in 1929, with roots tracing back to the Curtiss Wright Flying Service, PIA is one of the longest running aviation schools in the world. And while we at PIA are so very proud of our past, we are equally, if not more, excited about the education and training that we can offer in the present to help humanity and this amazing industry forge forward into the future.
While we are so proud of our past, I'm equally, if not more, excited for the future of this amazing industry. We've seen some amazing accomplishments in aerospace recently, as well as commercial aviation, electric, hydrogen-powered aircraft, as well as the development of new aircraft like the Boeing 777X, as well as drone technology. So it's nice to know you have so many options that are flourishing out into the future in these fields. As I mentioned, we do have 4 campuses. At our Pittsburgh main campus, we offer associate and specialized technology degree programs, where at our 3 branch campuses, we offer 16-month certification programs. Both programs culminate with students having a chance to test for and obtain their FAA, Airframe and Power Plant certification, Federal Aviation Administration, or depending on their program, their FCC, General Radio Telephone Operator's License, not only giving them the skills they need, but the legal credentials to work. This is taken right from our Instagram, where you'll see some small projects that our students get to work on across all 4 of our campuses, really getting a personification of the technology, because that's what PIA is. Passionate people meets cutting edge level technology to benefit humanity, whether it be commercial, aerospace, medical transport, or anything I mentioned. Technology is at its best when it serves people. So at PIA, we offer 2 programs, aviation maintenance technology and aviation electronics technology. Aviation maintenance technology, simply stated, is the brawn of the aircraft: wings, landing gear, propulsion systems, while avionics, aviation electronics, is more the brain of the aircraft: radar, flight control, navigation. And for the right student, you can actually do our dual ticket option, which can be completed in 33 months. As we close out today, I would love to leave you, anyone here, I know that we will have an opportunity to have your info shared with us, but if you're watching this in recording, you can track any of our graduates at pia.edu/career services. You can take our career readiness quiz to get an even deeper personalized insight to if this career path would be right for you, as well as finding some great other information on our website, pia.edu. And anyone I invite to come to one of our open houses, which we have 4 a year, get to really see the aircraft and walk around and see if this educational experience could be right for you. You can email me with the subject line PACAC or interested, and perhaps your phone number if you want to be reached out that way. And I would love to have one of our amazing admissions representatives reach out to you by phone or email to answer a question, invite you to a tour. We even have senior virtual events recently coming up. Any of those, I encourage you to explore your options. And if anything I shared today, you found it all interesting, perhaps this is a path you want to further look into. Whatever it is you do, I wish you the best and brightest future. Thanks for taking some time with me here today.
Thank you so much. We will now turn it over to the University of Strathclyde.
Hi everyone, so give me a moment just until I share my screen. So my name is Ashley, and I work at the University of Strathclyde. So for anyone who isn't familiar with who the University of Strathclyde are, we are based in Scotland, in Glasgow, in downtown Glasgow. So just a couple of key facts about ourselves to start off. So we were founded in 1796. We're known as the place of useful learning. We are a medium-sized institution. We have about 23,000 students from over 100 different nations. So we have international students from all over the world that come to study here. In terms of awards, so we were the UK University of the Year in 2019, which was the second time we won this award. We also won Scottish University of the Year in 2020, And we also won the Queen's Anniversary Prize 2020, which is probably one of the most prestigious prizes that we can win within our sector. Most recently, we were 4th in the UK for student satisfaction, which was following an analysis of the 2021 National Student Survey by the Times Higher Education. And this was really just following all of the support that we provided students over, of course, the COVID pandemic as well. So as I mentioned, we are located in Glasgow city centre. It's very much a city centre environment that you'll get if you come to study here. We are a 10-minute walk away from train stations, bus stations. There's easy links to airports. Glasgow is only 1 hour away from London, and you'll also have access to library, accommodation, the sports centre. It's all within walking distance around the campus as well. So if it's your first time travelling, you're not familiar with the city, it's certainly an easy campus to get around. Glasgow itself is consistently voted world's friendliest city by our students, by rough guide readers as well. As you can see there, it's certainly something that we get feedback from students each and every single year just about how friendly a city it is. And I think that's great for students, especially if it's your first time studying abroad. And there's lots of different exciting things that go on around Glasgow. We're known as the UNESCO City of Music. We have music from everything from traditional Scottish music right through to mainstream music. There's something for everyone. So this is just a map of our city centre campus. So the part that's outlined in blue is the University of Strathclyde. So unlike some universities where you might find one class at one side of the city, another class 40 minutes away, making it incredibly challenging to get to and from your classes, all of our buildings are within a 10-minute walk from each other. So although I don't encourage it, you can roll out of bed in the morning from your student accommodation and head straight to your class within 10 minutes later. And this is just a bit about the investment on campus. So we do have a £1 billion investment target by 2025. So with that in mind, we have opened up a new Strathclyde Sports Centre, a technology and innovation centre, which was open for research within the university, refurbished study areas within our library, and we have a learning and teaching building which opened in September this year, and you'll just see some images of all of our different buildings and investment there on the right hand side. We do have lots of links with the US, so we have over 100 students studying at undergraduate, master's, PhD level and on exchange. These are just some fun facts. Strathclyde's founder, John Anderson, used to accompany Benjamin Franklin on visits to Scotland, which is exciting, and University Strathclyde alum Scott Cooper was the first Scotland-born player to play for the NFL when he played for the Chicago Bears against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So some exciting information for you there. So we do have 4 faculties here. We have engineering, science, humanities and social sciences, and our Strathclyde Business School. 23 subject areas are ranked in the top 10 in the UK. So lots of popular subjects include journalism and media studies, languages, forensic science. If you have any questions about the courses that we have available, you're of course more than welcome to get in contact with us today. So this is just some structure of what our undergraduate study looks like. So we do model the US system, and it's a 4-year degree that you would do with honours. And if you choose subjects within business and humanities, you can pick and choose which subjects you want to study in your first and second year, and then you would then choose what you want to major in your final 2 years. So you can choose to either do a single or joint honours degree, and there's lots of different combinations. You can combine subjects from different faculties in business and psychology, business and humanities subjects. The application process, so applications to universities in the UK is done through UCAS. You can choose for up to 5 course choices, and the international deadline is the 30th of June. We do have a flexible entry criteria as well. We are test optional. Tuition fees do vary between $16,000 and $22,500. But the good thing is Glasgow is one of the cheapest cities in the UK. So I normally tell students to budget between £10,000 and £12,000 per academic year. And we do have scholarships available, partial scholarships. And these are just a list of all of our support services that we do have on campus as well. But if you have any questions, this is my contact details and you're more than welcome to get in contact with me after today.
Thanks, Ashley. Up next, we have Gettysburg College.
Hello, everybody. When I'm done, I'm going to share a series of links in the chat for you. But for now, my name is Jessica Silliman. I am an admissions counselor here at Gettysburg College, and we are a college that is highly selective, national, and we are liberal arts and sciences. We have about 2,600 students from all over the world that are on our campus. And on our map, you can see that we are located in the very southern part of Pennsylvania, south central Pennsylvania, putting us very, very near the Maryland border and gives us access to a lot of these major metropolitan areas. This allows our students to take advantage of different opportunities to explore a new city they might not have been to for a long weekend, but also exploring academic opportunities for internships or attending different museums or academic lectures to augment their Gettysburg degree that they are earning. We are a residential campus, meaning that we guarantee housing for all 4 years, and currently about 95% of our students do live on campus. So they are here during the evenings, they are here on the weekends, and they want to be engaged and involved on campus, as well as in the town of Gettysburg. We currently have a little bit more than 120 active clubs and organizations on campus, as well as we are Division III athletics, and a lot of our students are very supportive of their peers, and it's not uncommon for them to go to matches or games to support their hallmates or their classmates, and a way to socialize with their peers, as well as to be supportive to our athletic teams. Gettysburg itself is a fun town that has a lot of cute little restaurants and quirky shops that students definitely go to. Gettysburg, the square, the main part of downtown Gettysburg, is within walking distance of campus. And so our students definitely take advantage of that after class, in between class, and on the weekends. But they like to go to different restaurants in town, but they also like to eat on campus. We are ranked number 9 in the nation for the quality of our campus food by the Princeton Review. So they definitely do spend a lot of time eating on campus as well. Also featured on this slide is one of our favorite traditions. If you look at the picture with the students wearing the blue t-shirts, that is our first year walk. This is a very special and beloved tradition to us because it connects us to our history with the Civil War, because of course the Battle of Gettysburg is important to our history here. And so for our brand new students, they come onto campus and they get to walk alongside their orientation staff, and they take them to the National Cemetery. All the while they're walking through town, they get to see all these places that they're going to frequent over the next couple of years, and community members, as well as local shop owners and restaurant owners, come out and greet our new students and say, "Welcome to your new home. We're so glad to have you here." Once they arrive at the National Cemetery, a guest of honor reads aloud the Gettysburg Address, just the ways Abraham Lincoln did, and it's very symbolic, talking about doing the future, unfinished work of the future, and giving that task to our students. We have a little bit more than 65 different majors across campus. They're part of an interdisciplinary, rigorous curriculum that our students intentionally choose because they're looking for a liberal arts and sciences type of curriculum. This is intentional so that they get a wide breadth of different types of classes that they're taking, and having the knowledge and preparation to go into any career that they might choose, while also going into depth of what other majors or minors might be in whatever combinations that they are. We also have a lot of co-curricular opportunities that we extend the same concept of, that we want students to take advantage of a bunch of different topic areas. You can be a biology major and still be involved in a public policy program. One such example is our Eisenhower Institute, which has deep connections to President Eisenhower and his family, and so it is thusly named Eisenhower Institute. It has 2 locations, one office 2 blocks from the White House in DC. The other location is here in Gettysburg with us. And it is a public policy, political science oriented program that students can join a cohort. They spend that semester or 2 semesters talking about different strategic leadership opportunities, presidential leadership, and discussing that with their cohort. A lot of them have some sort of travel component, often to DC, since we have that office down there. And it gives students the chance to work alongside current lawmakers and public policy makers. And sometimes Susan Eisenhower herself, she is the granddaughter of President Eisenhower. And so it's a great way, a great connection to be connected to a president's granddaughter. Other uniquely Gettysburg opportunities are things like the Sunderman Conservatory for Music. About 1 in 7 of our students are involved with conservatory. One of those ways is our marching band. Our marching band is the only one in our Centennial Conference, so we're very, very proud of the students that are involved in the marching band. Other opportunities that our students find to be very uniquely Gettysburg are things like the Garthwaite Leadership Center, as well as the Civil War Institute. About 60% of our students study abroad, and about 50% of our students participate in some degree of collaborative research with their faculty members, which is easy to do because our faculty members really get to know students. Our average class size is only 17. Student to faculty ratio is 9:1. This allows students to really get to know their professors and get to know what those professors might have done their dissertation on and connect with them about potential graduate school or professional opportunities that they can get from their own research. Our students tend to be very engaged with the Office of a Career Engagement. As soon as they get on campus, we start talking to them about the things that you can do now while you're in college to prepare you for after college. And so a lot of our students, about 80% of them, are involved in at least one internship by the time they graduate. And this definitely lends itself to the preparation to having 98% of our students have employment or full-time employment or grad school within a year after graduation. This is a number that we were able to maintain throughout the pandemic, so we are especially proud of our students recently. We also are very excited to announce that we have a new director of the Eisenhower Institute. Her name is Tracy Potts, and she was a former MSNB correspondent for DC, and so she is going to join our Eisenhower Institute and bring all of her insight. We're also continuing our $40,000 Eisenhower Scholarship for Civic Engagement, and you see that it's listed here with our other merit-based scholarships that you are automatically evaluated for with your application. Eisenhower STEM and Music Scholarships require a different application as well as an audition for the music students. We are test optional, have been for 15 years, have no intention of changing, and we strongly recommend that you interview with our admissions staff as a way for us to get to know you a little bit better. We do recognize your demonstrated interest in Gettysburg College as part of your application, so definitely visit us, get to know us virtually or in person, whatever is most feasible for you, and we are excited to get to talk to you in the future. So thank you, and I will include the links in your chat box.
Great. Now we are going to go to University of Bradford.
Thank you so much. Is this coming up? All right, so I'm here to discuss the University of Bradford, which is in the United Kingdom. It's in the north of England. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the university and the city and why to come study in the United Kingdom. I'm located in Philadelphia, and I represent the university throughout the entire United States. So why study in the UK? Well, first of all, you can get a bachelor's degree in 3 years, and if you do a master's consecutively behind your bachelor's degree, you can complete in 4. In the UK, we accept US financial aid, so you could use FAFSA just the same way you would at a US institution, and you can apply via UCAS, or at least for University of Bradford, you can apply on Common App as well. Something that students like to know a lot about is that all of our accommodations are single bed. So you would not share the room with a roommate your freshman year, but you would share a bathroom and a kitchen with other people on your floor. Great benefit of the United Kingdom is that it is about half the size of California. So it's very easy to travel in intra-UK and also to other spots in the European Union nearby, either by train or by car. The degrees, what you come out with, are usually internationally recognized. We also would help you with obtaining post-study work visas if you wanted to stay in the UK and pursue an internship or some other kind of work opportunity that was related to your major. Usually US institutions or UK institutions help with that. And the result is what you get out of this experience is that employers see more than just a degree on your resume. They'll see that you know how to live on your own, you have independence, you're able to make friends, deal with setbacks, be resilient. And so I think somebody that pursues an international degree is really at an advantage when considering against competition from somebody who went to a place domestically. At a UK institution, you will get all the same support, community, and extracurricular activities of a US institution. We just don't have things like homecoming or Greek life or American football. We do have football, but obviously we call it something different. So onto University of Bradford, our location is in the Yorkshire region, which is in the north of England. We're in between Manchester and Leeds. If you come to Bradford, you would fly into the Leeds International Airport. Our campus is located downtown Bradford, just about a 10-minute walk from the train station. The city itself is a mid-sized town. It's one of the top 10 largest in England, but it's on the smaller side of that list. It's an incredibly diverse place. It's a home to many immigrant communities from India, Pakistan, Middle East, Sub-Saharan Africa, and it's a very international town. It's known as the curry capital of the UK. It's just to show you how much that influence from other cultures is there. It's the UNESCO first city of film. Film media is a big part of Bradford's heritage. It's home to the National Museum of Film and Media. And you can find anything else you would find in any other mid-sized city, restaurants, cafes, bars, shopping. And it's really just a great slice of modern UK life because it is so young and so diverse in Bradford. The university itself, we're mostly STEM focused in our degrees, though we do have a few other options outside of science, technology, engineering, and math. Computer science, media design, and technology are pretty popular with us. We have film programs, gaming programs, design, animation, those kind of things. Health studies is very popular as well. Those are some of our most high-ranked programs, and things like physiotherapy, occupational therapy, and nursing. We do have a School of Business, which is triple accredited. People study law at Bradford, and also we're home to the UK's oldest peace and conflict studies division. So if you want to study something like political science or peace building or conflict resolution, we're one of the top choices in the country. So specifics for US students, it's about $21,000 to $29,000 per year. We do accept US financial aid, as I mentioned before, but one of the benefits of being in Bradford is one of the cheapest UK costs of living. Pictured here is the green, which is our newest dormitory, and it's located on the heart of campus. International students, which you would be considered, do get guaranteed housing at the green. I did mention we are on Common App, so you can add us on there when you're doing your applications, and we would require one SAT, ACT score or 2 AP tests for admission. And you can look at our webpage for the specifics of each program and what we're looking for. The university, as I mentioned, is an incredibly diverse place, and we take social inclusion very seriously. As a global community of all these nationalities, it's something that we really like to walk the walk on and not just talk the talk. We won the 2020 Social Inclusion Uni of the Year from the Sunday Times, and there's diversity, equity, and inclusion officers in every faculty, making sure that issues are seen to and students' voices are heard. So this is me, as I mentioned, I'm located in Philadelphia, so very close by. You can scan the QR code if you want to get taken to our USA information page. You can email me at reckford@bradford.ac.uk. Easy to remember, reckford@Bradford. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much. And last but not least, we have St. Francis University.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kelly O'Hara with St. Francis. As you can see on the screen there's Father Malachi Van Tassel. He's our university president, and he encourages you to use your gifts and talents that are unique to you and become who it is that you're meant to be. So that's what we want to encourage you to do over your time during college, is to be able to use those unique talents and gifts in order to be able to serve the world to your best capacity with your skill set. We are one of the oldest Catholic institutions in the entire US, and we're the oldest Franciscan institute in the country. And those guiding principles were set forth by our founding friars from Ireland in 1847. In terms of uniqueness for the school, Father Christian Oravec, one of our former presidents, set forth the Franciscan goals of higher education. And our class of 2020 reported that 90% of them feel like those values were instrumental in developing their faith and their life and their values after college. In terms of uniqueness to St. Francis, you hear this tagline of becoming that someone who you're meant to be. Maurice Stokes was a basketball player with St. Francis back in the 50s, and he went on to play for the NBA and had suffered a concussion while he was in one of the games, and then on the plane to the next game had suffered a seizure and was paralyzed from his eyes down, and his former teammate, Jack Twyman, ended up adopting him and helping to fundraise for his medical bills and help assist with his recovery as well. He saw that something needed to be done, and he stepped into that role to become that someone for him. So the NBA Sportsmanship Award that was created in 2013 is named in their honor of Stokes and Twyman. And so that's what we want to encourage you to do, is to use your talents and gifts and meet the great needs that there are in the world. In terms of quick facts about us as an institution, we have about a 600-acre campus. 300 of that is our golf course that's on campus. If you include our graduate students, it's about 2,400 in terms of enrollment, and about 60% of our students are female, about 40% male. We offer bachelor's programs, master's programs, including occupational therapy and physician assistant, as well as a doctorate of physical therapy. We also offer a master's of human resources and also a master's of education and a master's of business. Our first year retention rate is higher than the national average, along with our graduation rate. And student to faculty ratio is about 13:1. Our faculty are the ones who are teaching our classes, not grad assistants. So you're getting to learn from the experts and then also getting to share in their networking and connections. We have about 18 students in a class, and our placement rate is about 97% of our students who are employed in their field or in graduate school. About 85% of our students live on campus. And we also have 21 different NCAA Division I teams. So a third of our students participate in athletics. We have about 20% of our students participating in Greek life of sororities and fraternities, and they all have philanthropies associated with them. And then 80+ different clubs and organizations. So if you find that there's not something offered that you want to have offered, you can even receive funding from student government to create your own organization on campus. In terms of our school makeup, we have the School of Business, the School of Health Sciences and Education, the School of STEAM, so science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, and then also our online programs through Francis Worldwide. If you're like me and you weren't quite sure what you wanted to study right after high school, I'll put in the chat a career services interest inventory through the Focus to Career assessment, and that's something that's free for you even at this level, and our Career Services Office will provide input for you based on your likes, your interests, your values. So hopefully that'll help you either point you in the right direction or even give you some affirmation of a particular area that you want to study. In terms of our education philosophy, we want you to grow from who you are as a person now, spiritually, academically, communally, ethically, and morally in your professional and occupational sense, as well as social and emotional. So we do that through our internships, our study abroad experiences, community service, campus ministry, leadership, and research. So those are things that are available to students even after their first year. So those are things we want to get you engaged and continue for you to build your resume while you're in college. In terms of a few of our distinctions, we're recognized as a college of distinction within Pennsylvania, as well as a Catholic college of distinction, along with education, engineering, nursing, business. We're also a military-friendly school too. So if you have, we participate in the Yellow Ribbon program, so let us know if that's something you'd like to take advantage of as well. With our application process on campus, you can contact any of our admissions counselors. We're happy to help you. And this is how our office is made up of those individuals. And then students can apply online for free and then just send their transcripts to us. So they're able to put together their application, and it's okay for that to come in pieces. You do have letters of recommendation or a resume, you're welcome to include those, but they're not required. And then most programs are test optional without SATs or ACTs. And then we can get everything processed for you very shortly. So if you do have any questions about that process, feel free to put that in the chat or ask me individually. And then students go through the financial aid process with the FAFSA. Our school ID is 003366. And then we'll be beginning to put together financial aid packages for the class of 2022. We do accept applications for both the fall semester and the spring semester. So I will put my contact information in the chat here for you. And then I think we have a question and answer session too.
Yeah, thank you very much, reps. It looks like we do have a little bit of extra time. So if you want to turn your videos back on and just go in the same order that we did our presentations, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
So I guess I'm first. I think my biggest one would be to focus on what's going to be the best fit for you. I know sometimes it can be hard if all your friends are looking at a certain school or a certain major, but I think really just focusing on, like I said, what's the right fit for you, what kinds of things you enjoy, what makes you happy, and just kind of follow your gut.
To piggyback on Olivia, I couldn't agree more. I think you empower yourself through exploration, especially educational exploration. So even if you think you know what's right, there's no set correct path or course. It's based on you and your personality. So look into community college, four-year school, trade school, international programs. Really get a taste for all that's available to make the best decision. And just a practical advice on top of that, organization is king when exploring colleges and queen. Make a separate email that you can give out to colleges so you know when you log on this email, it's a centralized source for all the information that you've requested from hopefully this plethora of different schools that you're looking into. So you can go weekly or even daily and really go through and find that, as opposed to having to get lost as we all do in personal emails where we have so many come in daily. So those would be my 2 tips to collegiate exploration success.
For myself, I would tell you to do as much research as possible. Every university offers a different experience, so just bear that in mind. Even though you might be looking at your different universities that offers various different courses, you might want something that's a city centre environment, more in the countryside. What's important to you, and make sure you do all your research for that.
I recommend really thinking about how you would envision yourself on campus outside of class. Of course, academics should drive what initially draws you to an institution and should be what your degree is going to be in, but really think about when you're outside of class, where are you going to study, who you're going to spend your time with, how you're going to pursue different opportunities to increase your education and opportunities for yourself after college, because you ultimately spend more time outside of class in college than you do inside. Still always contributing towards your degree, but a lot of time not in class. So think about what you would do with that time.
These have all been excellent answers. I would add something I wish that I was thinking about during my time in undergrad, which is imagine yourself at the end of your college experience, or even 3 or 4 years after that ends, and where are you? And think about what are the experiences you want to have had, what are the kind of people you want to have met, and what is the what is your job, and how is the program that you've selected going to help set you up for that? Very helpful for me when I'm making complex decisions to kind of work my way backwards like that.
I think it's important to visit schools as you're going through the college process. And there's so many schools offering virtual options as well as in-person options. So I think it's important to talk with current students who are there. And then we even offer overnight visits for students who are already through the admissions process. So you really have to figure out, how can I test drive this place and figure out, is it a place where I can see myself, a place where I can call home for 4 years.
Great, thank you all so much for joining us, students, parents, representatives. When you close the window, there will be a quick 5-question survey. We appreciate any feedback you might have. Sign up for some more sessions. We do have many available, and a recording will be available at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. So everyone, have a great rest of your evening.
Thank you, Mackenzie. Well done. Well done.